A reflection for Saturday, June 6th, optional memorial of St. Norbert, Bishop. A young nurse once cared for an elderly priest who was nearing death. Curious about this remarkable life, she asked, Father, after all these years, what do you consider your greatest achievement? She expected the priest to mention the churches he had built, the people he had helped, or the thousands of sermons he had preached. Instead, he smiled and said, You know what? My greatest achievement is that after all these years, I still show up for God every day. The nurse never forgot that answer. Sometimes the greatest achievement is not success, but fidelity. Now, let's begin with this question. Where have you consistently shown up in your life? What has driven your fidelity? We all have something or someone for whom we keep showing up. For some, it is family. For others, it could be a career, a reputation, or a dream, or a cause. The places where we repeatedly invest our time, energy, heart, reveal what we truly value. In our first reading from Second Timothy chapter 4 today, St. Paul says at the end of his life, I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith. Now, what drove his fidelity was not success, was not comfort, was not recognition, but his love for Christ. His life became a continual offering poured out in service to the gospel. The same thing in our gospel reading today from Mark's Gospel, chapter 12. Jesus notices a poor widow placing two small coins in the treasury. Others gave larger amounts, but she gave all she had. What drove her fidelity? Trust. Her gift revealed a heart anchored in God rather than in possessions. She kept showing up for God with her whole heart. Now, back to our question. What is the source of our faithfulness? What keeps us showing up day after day? If it is only success or approval or security, our fidelity may fade when those things disappear. But if it is rooted in the love of God, it can endure every trial. St. Paul and the widow remind us that holiness is not measured by achievement, but by a heart that keeps saying yes to God. And perhaps at the end of our lives, the greatest thing we could say is not that we were holy, but that we kept showing up for God, and that God's grace was what sustained our fidelity all along. May God bless you.